All right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different format. No fishing in this video, but it is going to be fishing related. I'm over here at my buddy Tuan's house. We are actually going to do a little bit of some upgrades over to the new truck here that we got. So obviously there's a lot of space in the back that is kind of useless. Can't really fit people back there, and I would like to make it a little bit more towards like the fishing and camping oriented stuff. Yeah, so I am here today with Mr. Tuan, aka the MR2 master down here in Southern California. He has a bunch of MR2s in his driveway, and yeah, Tuan, so let's go ahead and give us a little background of your story and how you came about with MR2s and stuff like that.
Well, growing up, I bought my first MR2 in '97 and always fell in love with it. You know, I stripped the whole car out the first day right after the dealer, and broke something, learned something, and tearing the engine apart, and you know, that's pretty much I got stuck with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Tuan and I, we've actually been friends for a pretty long time. I'd say like almost 8 years now, huh? Almost 8 years. And I've had 3 MR2s in my lifetime, and all of them have been serviced by Tuan. He knows these things inside and out. The first time we actually met, I had an issue with my car suspension. There was something with the suspension, the hub, right? Yeah, so a friend of a friend, he kind of got me in touch with Tuan, and just simply going over like social media, he was actually able to diagnose everything and fix it. He knows these cars inside and out. Tuan knows these cars inside and out, so if you guys ever need any kind of work done, he is the guy to go to. He knows every single bolt that should be inside these cars. He can honestly drop a motor and put one back in like 6 hours. All right guys, so we'll go ahead and get this thing started. All right guys, so you guys might be wondering why we pulled that out. So this deck in particular, it is a double din, but for whatever reason it doesn't actually boot up to the start menu, and this is a cheaper double din. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna replace it with this guy here. Nice little Alpine deck, but I'm gonna need Tuan's help for this because I'm colorblind. So yeah, you guys get to watch him do that. All right guys, so while Tuan works on the wiring harness, I'm actually gonna go ahead and find a way to wire up the subwoofer. Now, I do have this amp here that I'm actually going to install, along with this old guy that I have here. It's a 12-inch Pioneer in a bazooka box, but that might not stay depending on how much room we have. I actually plan on putting in a shallow mount 10-inch subwoofer, a kicker subwoofer, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm actually gonna figure out a way to wire up the system, and then Tuan's gonna go ahead and work on the wiring harness. I'm actually gonna go ahead and hook this up too. So here inside this little grommet right here, you can just see this is the actual hood latch wire, and it goes into the rest of the main wiring harness here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually cut a hole inside here, because I can't push it through, and it should end up somewhere inside there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but end up somewhere up inside here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take our power wire here, power cable here, use this little pick type tool right here to kind of, I've already poked the holes through it, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna widen out that hole so that I can stick that guy through. I'll go ahead and take you guys inside here. We should be able to find the cable pretty easily now, which is kind of covered up, but it is coming out through here. So here it is right here. Basically from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it through. Okay, so was able to get the power cable pushed in here. So the carpet was originally down like this. All you have to do is just kind of push up these little tabs and pop it up. So I was able to kind of follow it along this wiring harness right here. And then we got to this part, which I've already undone for time's sake, but there's like these little screw type push pins here. So I just undid those, which did give me access to this right here. And then there's another one in the back right here that you would do, which you can then actually lift up to get it out of your way. Then basically what that did was it gave me enough space to kind of feed everything through underneath the seatbelt mechanism here, kind of feed it all the way through to the back. All right, so to give us a little bit of a better idea of how much space we're actually going to open up here, we're going to take out the rear seats. Now to do this, it's simply just taking out 4 12s, one right here, one right here, one right there, one right there, and one right there. So once we take out these 4 12s, we're actually just going to lift the whole entire bench, lift it up, and we should be able to pull it out. So some of y'all's might not actually be hooked up, but in order to get to this bolt, you have to put the seat back down, pull down the little cup holder space right here, and then back here you'll see that there's like a little anchor bolt right here. Now this is going to be another 12, so you do have to remove this in order to pull the seat out and up. All right guys, so seats are officially out. You could actually see there's definitely a lot more space now. All right, another update here. We've actually put in the stereo, put in the harness and everything, and we did already test it out. It does work. So we're actually gonna go ahead and hook up the rest of the system and then test everything out, and then hopefully everything goes in pretty smoothly. All right, so to run the RCAs, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it through the back here, route it towards the bottom. I think we should be able to get underneath here. And there's 2 10mm bolts here and 2 of them on the inside that hold the center console piece in here. So if we pull that out, it would actually give us access underneath here. And I think that's what we're gonna do with our remote wire RCAs and everything like that. This bolt point as a ground and hook it up somewhere over here. As with any ground, you're gonna want to make sure that there is a good connection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull this bolt out. This is a 14mm bolt. So once we pull this guy out, I'm actually going to sand both ends of the actual washer itself and the surface of the rail. Again, you just want to have a good bare metal connection, especially when it comes to the ground. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right guys, so definitely a mess back here. It's not gonna stick it like this, but first test of the stereo in, subwoofer hooked up and everything. Let's see here. Oh, something's not right. All right guys, try number 2. So it looks like the HVAC has to be plugged in order for this to go through. Specifically, this plug right here has to be plugged in. This white one right here, for some reason. But let's go ahead and turn it on. Let's see what's up here.
Todo el problema, ¿me entiende? Porque
No problema.
es una familia que
que las venden en cualquier supermercado y que les
Alright guys, so we gotta figure it out. We went to Home Depot, got some plywood. I forgot what the exact measurements were, but this one's like a little less than half of an inch thick. Smaller piece of plywood here. I think I want to do is I want to cut basically like a T-shape. I want to have it go around and on top of these air vents here, but also have it be flush right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to figure out how this piece of plywood lines up with the air vents and make some measurements and cut from there. Okay, so that looks good right here. Now I want to mount this screw back in because this is what's going to hold up this piece right here. So I'm just going to measure up, kind of cross-reference it. We'll see how close I could get. All right guys, so after a few attempts here, finally got it to work. This guy is not going anywhere, so we should be good to go with that, at least for now. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some 2x4s right here to make like a little pocket, and then add another piece right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right guys, so this is gonna be day 2 of building out the ultimate fishing truck, the tournament fishing truck or camping truck, however you want to call it. As you guys know, I do have my rod set up here with this little strap. I think what I want to do is have like a bar instead of the actual strap itself. So what I did was I actually went on Amazon and I bought these little pole holders here, and the idea is to have it all set up like this so that I could just put the rods through this little foam here. And essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna attach it to this piece of wood right here. All right guys, so I'll go ahead and try to figure this out and we'll see how it looks. All right guys, so as you can see, essentially the Velcro here is kind of undoing itself. It's getting kind of worn. Now when I try to double up on some of these, because there's only 7 holders on this and I carry 8 rods, plus I tend to have some extra spares as well, just in case maybe a rod breaks in the water or something like that. But this itself already has 6 holders here, so if I have 2 of them, that'll still be around the same length as the actual strap itself, except for I'm gonna have 2 extra holders here. Piece of wood, and then we'll see where it goes from here. Now I have my second one right here as well, so I just have two of them right there, and then I don't know, we're gonna figure out how to strap it. All right guys, so not the best solution, but basically what I did was I put the existing D-rings that was on the strap here, kind of just zip tied it, put a carabiner on here just in case I wanted to do a quick release kind of type system. But from here I have another carabiner right here that I'm just gonna clip on, and it should go something like that. Now it is kind of rocky back and forth, but I think once I have the weight of the rods on there, it'll be okay. But yeah, we'll see how that works. Alright guys, so here's progress with the platform as of right now. So thinking what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna raise this up a little bit so that we could put another piece of plywood down here so that it sits on top of this ledge. All right guys, so some progress with the platform. This is what we're looking at right now. Had to cut like a little piece to round out the cup holders here because I wanted to reuse them. So basically the idea is to have these cubbies right here as storage areas, have some way we could still access these back pieces right here, or like this little slit, but we have a 2x4 right here so that it's nice and even. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do it right now. All right guys, so after 2 long days, we're finally actually finished with the platform for the most part. You know, there's still going to be some things I'm going to do here and there, like carpeting it, making it look pretty and things like that. But ultimately, structurally, it's perfect. Like, it's everything that I needed to do and more. And without further ado, let's take a look at it. All right guys, so first going into it, obviously the black pack could fit inside here. Let's go ahead and take that out real quick. But this is ultimately what it looks like. And then with these storage boxes here, I could actually fit 2 3600 series tackle boxes in there, or maybe even 37s, but black pack fits in here just fine. And then here, the favorite part, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is where the trolling motor is. Yeah, so it's nice and tucked away. It's hidden. If I need to kind of move this out, move it to the side a little bit if I really have to. But yeah, I guess this is done. We're still able to get inside the drawers inside here. It's kind of dark, but the amp is actually inside there on that side of the platform and straight in the middle. But yeah, so that's gonna be it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. All right guys, as always, thank you guys for liking, subscribing, joining me for this adventure, not on the water, but yeah, see you guys in the next one.